Appreciate it. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my incomparable soul. In the fair clutch of circumstance, I've not winced or cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but not bowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms with the horrible shades, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. For it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll, for I am the master of my faith, and I am the captain of my soul. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Al Dorsey, and I'm the director of the Men's Center here at Lone Star College-Kingwood, and also the chair of the Black History Committee for this year. I want to welcome you to our spoken word event today. We have some excellent poets that will be here to give you some awesome, interesting, and some interesting points of view. But I just wanted to say thank you for being here, and I'm going to introduce one of our students who is the president of the Black Student Union, Delonte Gaffney. He's going to introduce each one of our poets, so thank you very much.
Hey everybody, my name is Delonte Gaffney, and I'm the president of the Black Student Union here at Lone Star College-Kingwood, and I'll be introducing the poets today. First up, we have Ms. Queen Mee. She's a Houston native, and she inspiring a motivational speaker, author, and poet. One of her main goals to inspire to awaken the subconsciously blind to our inner demons through her poetry.
Don't be nice.
Wounded from a world of tragic passes, but yet like daggers, we choose to stab at the pains of the world, claiming we're educating the masses. But in actuality, we're avoiding the bloodshed going on in our own homestead. And I know some won't get me, but that's okay, because I'm about to break it down real fast. First, go fix your own homestead. Or try cooking that loose middle cornbread your head not all there, man. I suggest a few how-to books, maybe even to give up Facebook debating about how black folk not woke. I take some of y'all for a joke. Reaching for culture culture's more overboard, giving every little mishap of hope. Y'all okay, we get it. You're all black pro, but not too active with your family though. Cause when they call, hey, can we come visit? You quick to reply, nah, I'm too busy, but then log on to Twitter, OMG, we're being marginalized. And I don't mean to generalize, but dang, did you notice the pain in your friends' eyes? They call them to help you get fed lies, so they pop 6 bars trying to commit suicide, and now you're crying acid lies. Perhaps too busy marching for the wrong black lives when you can hardly even save your own kid lives. And I know you want me to take it slow so that water can help your pill get swallowed, but no. I just chunked you a life statement, you still can't stay afloat. So let it sink, because what I'm saying is too deep. I mean, how can you take lead when you can't even take heed to the very words you speak? So take this lesson from me. There's no need for a great speech when you act like you got plum disease sitting around like poor little old me. Trying hard to live by what you see. This sis that ain't smart. Come on now and hop aboard, because I know what my truth is too cutthroat and sharp. Kind of like that dagger you tried to stash on your. Rewind it back and stay focused on your own shadow glasses. Then maybe we can move forward. Now that's some educating for humanity.
We have Ms. Ebony Clark. She's the CEO of Gaudi Express. She's also a Houston native, and she enjoys expressing herself and serving her community through her poetry.
How y'all doing today?
All right.
Y'all not gonna talk to me? How y'all doing? Alright, so I want to spit 2 poems for y'all today, and I hope y'all enjoy it and y'all feel inspired. The first one is gonna be called Blind Spot. The blackest keys on a piano is what ebony means. Ebony with an I made me unique. Ebony with the Y is how society classifies me. Black, black. Girl, why you so black? I remember being taunted in middle school for being so black. Black, black. Girl, why you so black? As I play Ring Around the Rosie with a complexion that I lack. Black, black. Nigger. Yes, that's what the Hispanic girl called me. And I remember me sitting there thinking, why me? Black, black. Smack, smack. I hit her and then I became angry. Heck, I knew I had more obstacles beyond me. See, from my dark melanin made people me, I was the opposite of boring. And if you ask me, I did the opposite of ignoring, because who wouldn't pay attention to the words that society tried to make us believe don't hurt? But in order to unhurt, minds will have to convert, and it'll make you alert that my skin is more than just dirt. And stop making me feel like it's summertime in a sweatshirt. Then maybe I could insert you with this culture, and you'll stop being a vulture, and maybe more diverse cultures could blossom. And then the mind will undo the flu that was given to you about other races, and take that missing screw to knowledge and prove, and maybe their views will change. And maybe it will not. But I'd rather inform you on spots, so when the disrespect becomes real and things get hot, you can't call it a blind spot. Now I want to tell you something that I have. People are always excited about the turn up, but what if people got excited about the praise up?
Come on.
What would you do if God gave you the ability to help change a nation? Would you stand up and make a difference?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all would you?
I would.
Okay, so what if you had 3% of a nation right now? Are you making that difference? This is not a poem to ruffle your feathers, yet you back under the presence of God, because you are in danger, my friend. The sunshine is not over your head, yet the world is over your head. And we need you to get over yourself, because this is more than just a street beat. We have so much knowledge, yet we lack consistency. We have the strength of a bulldozer and the courage of a lion. Why don't you see it? I do. It's looking right at me. It's inside of you, and you. The storm is over your head, yet the darkness is over your head. And we need you to get over yourself, because you are about to help change a nation. How do I know? Because it's a part of God's plan. And when you do things His way instead of yours, He will bless you with longevity instead of temporaries. And did you know that if you stay in front of the sunshine, God will step out from in front of you to have your back and your side? But the real question is, do you trust Him? Thank you.
Next up, our poet, who was born with a fire to inspire. To reach your heart is his desire. The light he shines comes from above. His name is Soul, the one and only.
I'm a black man in living color, but still, I'm a black man. I'm a black man in living color, y'all. But still, I'm a black man. Still trying to find a way to make a living in this land of the so-called white man. Yet it seems that I'm only finding more and more ways to die in this land of the white man. White man's white hand still gripping that piece of stainless steel, aiming at a peaceful black life that's peacefully standing still, aiming his black hands towards this white ceiling. As he stands there, he finds himself peaceless. He can't seem to find peace of mind, nor can you find a piece of stainless steel concealed underneath his stainless shirt. And still, bang! The white hand pulls the trigger. The white man kills the nigga because this white land fears the nigga. Red blood starts spilling, white man in blue suit still crippin', black bodies still laying still on this black pavement, yet we still don't call this black on black crime. Red blood starts spilling, white man in blue suit still crippin', black bodies still laying still on this black pavement, yet we still don't call this black on black crime. And we still dealing with slavery. 400 years, black folks been standing still. And yes, we made some progress, but somehow to me it seems like we continue to reverse the wheel that's got black folks running back in time, back throughout the black timeline, back to the time being born black first became a crime. And when I'm finished with my rhymes, I want you all to look it up on Google one time. You will see it's the year 1619. But none of this even matters. You know why? Because I'm a black man in living color, but still, I'm a black man. I'm a black man in living color, y'all. But still, I'm a black man. Sworn member of the black race. You see, I was born a black king the day I was blessed with this black face. But somehow I find myself lost in this white society that tries to tell their white lies to try to blackmail me to last place. It's funny, they try to blackmail me to last place. Meanwhile, this white male cop is free to beat me in my black face until I lack taste. And you wonder why black men stay so high, stay running through these backwoods and all of these black hoods. We just some young hustlers slanging dope or crack lines, creating more dope fiends. But I think it's time that we created more hope, dreams of kings and dope queens. But to solve these black problems takes more than a black college. See, true black power is the application of black knowledge. What we need is more black leaders, black activists, and black scholars, and black businesses to invest back into the black dollar. So, no more working for the white man. Let's put on our black collars. But if you slave for the rest of your life, then use a black collar. Ain't no more sitting on the back of the bus when Rosa Parks changed that for us, and she's historically black like our university. Yeah, I'm talking to you and every woman and man at an HBCU, whether you a jag from the South or repping TSU, or a Black Panther waking up to see the Prairie View. I'm talking to you and every boy and girl with the same view as King Huey Newton or Queen Maya Angelou. I said it's time for us to sing our songs and march on, cause you're young, black, and gifted just like Nina Simone. It's time for us to get up and stand up, stand up for your rights. Let's stand up and fight for our rights like Bob Marley. Let's come together, unite like Marcus Garvey. We can form an army of sisters and brothers, fathers and sons that protect our daughters and mothers. And once we learn how to love one another, invest in each other, and protect one another, then and only then will we know what it means to live and live in color. So, thank y'all. How y'all feeling? My name is Soul, the one and only son of love. A little bit about me. You know, the light that God gave me to shine is truly that of love. And, you know, I do that in my daily, like I'm walking around and I'm just sharing love, you know. But I love you enough to tell you the truth too, you know. And the truth hurts sometimes, but I feel like we have to shine light on these dark issues that's going on right now in order to create change. We're not focus on the problem, but let's also focus on solutions. But if we never, you know, shine a light on it, be real with it, it ain't never gonna change. You're gonna just live in the darkness and be blind. So, yes, I pray that my artistry can convey a message to you. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about, should I talk about the block right now? Yeah, let me tell you about this. So, how many of y'all know Writer's Block outside of today? Anybody ever seen We Are Writer's Block? We got one. Yeah, okay, so we got one. So We Are Writer's Block, non-profit 501c3. We are a performing arts literacy company, but we're also non-profit. So our whole motto and belief is that ink from the pen is stronger than the gun. So we believe that your gift inside of you is more powerful than any weapon that's out there, right? So so many people have these gifts, especially our youth. We have these suppressed gifts that become so suppressed on the inside, and the world needs these gifts in order to, I feel, to make a better change. So, you know, we do multiple things. We do outreach. You know, we go to the communities, community homes, Clayton homes, 5th Ward, 3rd Ward. You know, we go directly, like hands-on outreach with the youth and the families out there. We giving back, whether, you know, like Thanksgiving last year, we went and we fed over, what, how many families we fed? I don't know how many families we fed, like 50 something? We fed 150 people full Thanksgiving meals, you know what I'm saying? That's something to clap up for. A lot of people doing that, right? You know, we also did Christmas on the Block where we gave over 100-something toys to these kids and to the families where the kids don't get gifts like that. But more than just giving to the communities and, you know, giving them gifts like that, we also go out there and we sow seeds, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we do mentorship and we dive in deep. And we really want to be an inspiration for this next generation, because the next generation, y'all know the youth, that's the future, right? I know that, right? And they looking up to somebody, but they don't have a lot of positive role models to look up to, especially, you know, in the hoods, in the ghetto areas, you know what I'm saying? So we want to be that change, and we're doing it. We also bring the gospel with it too, you know. We do our best to be, you know, be as, I feel like be a great example for them to follow, you know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit about us. I think Charles gonna say something about it. Black Beauty might say something too, but I'm gonna get to my next piece. I got 2 more for y'all, is that cool? All right, so, can I get some water? Boy's getting parched. Yeah, I give it up for my brother Charles right here. See it right? Give me some water right now. Appreciate it, bro. It's alkaline water. Shout out to my brother AJ the Queen CEO. You got that alkaline on the rock. Right here in this. All right. So, How many people in here, and you can raise your hand, you ain't got to say nothing, how many of y'all have felt oppressed any time in life? Anybody? Shake your head, raise your hand. Anybody? Women? I know all women shouldn't be feeling some type of oppression, you know. My brothers, I know we go through it, you know what I'm saying? Man, God put this on my heart last year, this topic of oppression, and man, I feel like it's just something that keeps you bogged down and keeps you from expressing yourself to the highest of your capacity when you're in an oppressed state. And I don't know, I hope this can speak to y'all, man. I just truly do. But I want to give you a perspective of me being a black male and how I go through, my mental processes on a daily. So if you don't understand how us black men may feel, you may be able to get some insight, okay? So this is called oppression. Dear America, could you please help me, black man, to understand how I can truly be free in this land of the free? I mean, truthfully speaking, how can I fully be me when you hate me? Your eyes despise and incriminate me with lies. You try to annihilate me using your genocide. I mean, why? Why can't you just face me? I mean, let's face it. Your daughters, Brittany, Whitney, Stacy, they all want to date me. Now, I find that ironic how your forefathers used to take me out and they raped me. Publicly would humiliate me. Yeah, they robbed me of my names. They lined me up in chains. Now I stand before you all as they selling me off to slavery. Until that one day, this black man was filled with bravery. And he said, how could you rate me on a scale of 1 to 10? 4, 5, 6, if I'm lucky, number 7. Well, since I'm on the subject, let me ask y'all this question. Is being of African descent really a sin or a blessing? See, I was born with this curse. The country that I'm living in don't like my skin. Well, I love my melanin, just like I love my melons and my collard greens. I just want to show you what working with black collars means. I went to school, I worked hard, I got your same degree. You can work for you, hey, don't work the same for me. Now that's insane to see, they made it clear and plain to see that the systematic oppression deserves the blame. Well, I ain't gonna point no more fingers, cause I'm still a king with the dream of living the life where I can shake up the world like Ali on Fight Night. See, I be fighting for my life while I'm fighting for my rights. I got a mean right hook, I'm too swift with the left, so I'm left up right and mean hook swiftly throughout the nights I fight. For all of these boys and girls of color, for all deserted daughters, for every murdered brother, the masses of locked up fathers, and every hurting mother who spends years shedding tears of sorrow. If we don't stand together today, we won't recover. And once we fall apart, will there be hope left for tomorrow? Listen, as we search for resolution, let's focus less on problems, y'all. This time we test solutions. How can we bring an end to poverty and destitution? How can we put an end to pointless wars and retributions when these armies keep recruiting, police continue shooting? The executions, the public manipulated, institutionalized in graves, incarcerations, just a few melodies that plagues this generation is pacing, impatiently waiting to see some changes. Indeed, the Injustice League is who we facing, so calling all heroes, wake up, let's save the world, or metamorphosis into Neo and break the matrix and love the Holy Trinity. This is the revelation, time of the revolution, living in these end times. Can't you see the signs that evolution is coming? Sam Cooke said the change gon' come, so officer, please watch where you aim your gun. Having that target on your back, y'all, that ain't no fun. They call me the son of love, but I ain't your son. If you want to start a race war, I promise you, we ain't gonna run. So. bottled up into this box, man. We weren't born to be in the box. How many of y'all feel like y'all was born to be in the box? Okay, just make sure we on the same page, you know. How many of y'all feel like y'all was born to be free? Okay, I just make sure we on the same page. Okay, so I feel like we were truly born to be free, man. Sometimes we get locked up into this box, man, mentally, that keeps us in prison mentally. And there will be lies that may have been told to us from people that surround us, or maybe lies that we've told ourselves, or society has told us, but it's not until you break those shackles, y'all, that you can truly become the best version of yourself and elevate to the level of being that you're ultimately supposed to be, right? Man, it's a verse that says, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed in the renewal of your mind. And when you take that into context, man, you can't do what the world says. You know, you gotta literally release all of those patterns and the bad thinking and all those beliefs that's been holding you down if you really want to grow into the person that you was called to be. And in turn, God gave me this song. This is actually the first song I ever wrote. So we're gonna way back to 2016. 2016. Man, so this is called Freedom Song, and it's all about releasing those shackles, okay? That's $5. Phones. Embrace the grind. It's a matter of time. It's that you were born to fly, but only eagles soar. And if I'm lying, let me hear somebody roar, shh, moment of silence. Cause I'ma speak the truth till my body drops to the floor. If the truth sets you free, then all I'm looking for is that freedom. Freedom. I'ma say it one more time for your mind. If the truth sets us free, then all we looking for is that freedom. My name's Soul. That's my time, y'all. Like to connect, y'all didn't plug y'all stuff. I'm gonna plug myself. They didn't tell their Instagrams, which I don't understand why. They're really dope artists. But if y'all would like to connect with me on Instagram, follow me at _sonoflove, SUNOFLOVE, SUNOFLOVE. I'm an artist in many trades. I also paint. You know, it's a lot of stuff that I create. You know what I'm saying? But that's. Are you on Facebook? Am I on Facebook? I am on Facebook. Now, the whole thing with Facebook, I have to be consistent with posting content because I've been off of there. But you will talk, because it's my government name, and I don't want everybody to know my government name. So, that's my time. I love y'all.
Next up, we got Miss Crystal Yancey. She's a Houston native. She graduated from University of Houston, Clear Lakes, with a sociology and bachelor's degree. She was writers about their company, their nonprofit, for 2 years, and she inspired to motivate the young and youth to have a more creative outlet.
Let's go, Black youth.
What's up? Is up in here. What's up, y'all? All right, so come up a little closer. All right, I'm gonna keep hearing feedback.
Do you want the mic?
You got a strong voice. All right, so my name is Black Beauty. I've been a part of Writers Block for the last 2 years. It's been such a dope experience. Like Soul said, we are a 501c3 nonprofit literacy and performing arts organization. We really pride ourselves in really going into the community, being hands-on, going to third ward, going to fifth ward, going to different organizations. Today we're going to be at Covenant House, really speaking to the residents, having games and activities for them. Our heart set is to really tap into youth and young adults searching their potential, their purpose. If you align yourself with your purpose, life will be a lot different. Your perspective, your vision on how you even see yourself and value yourself would change. So if we can impact someone at such an early age in life, imagine how that would change different things in the world. So our goal is to change the world one block at a time. If you guys are inspired for what we do, please reach out, talk to us afterwards. We are all young adults. We are all people that have different things going on. We have Soul, who is an artist. He sings, he raps, he does so many different things. We have Ebony with an I. She's an entrepreneur herself. She has a dope shoe company, a shoe line coming out really soon. We have Queen Meek. She does a lot. She's a writer. She has a book coming out. She does a lot of different things. She's a rapper. So please reach out and, see right. He'll give his spiel. He's also an artist as well. I am an artist. And so I just want you guys to really know where our heart is. We love coming out to perform and to show our talents and our gifts, really. But our heart is really for servitude. So if that's something that you guys are even interested in, how can you be a part of serving? Which I believe everyone has a part in this world to serve. I believe even your purpose in life aligns with serving in some magnitude, whether it be for the youth, whether it be for older people, whether it be for the homeless. It's something in the world that you can do. So if you're interested in joining Writers Block, please see me afterwards or a Writers Block member, and we will be happy to talk to you. Now, let's get into the poetry, spoken word. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? Yeah. All right, we still here, we alive, we breathing, some of y'all got long faces. It's like, whoa. All right, baby girl, what's going on? Okay. So, before I came to Writers Block, I was not writing at all. I didn't think I was a writer. I wrote one piece after a breakup. It was a very sad piece, so I didn't really consider that any type of art. So I want to share my first piece that I actually wrote that was around, the culture, my melanin, and just our people as a whole. And it's called Anastasia. I don't know if anyone has seen the movie Anastasia before. All right. If you haven't seen the movie Anastasia, it's basically about a woman, a young girl that didn't know that she was a queen. She didn't know that she was a part of royalty. She gets later revealed that who she is. So this is my inspiration behind that. Nobody ever told me that I was robbed from my royalties. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Okay. Nobody ever told me that I was robbed from my royalties. By thieves that stripped away my pride and dignity, taking bits of parts of me, and I come from a long line of dynasties, but I've been brainwashed with my history, and I've been calling it historical. The kidnappings turned into trade and fair exchanges, and they're calling us immigrants as if we interned to America, like we came here on vacation, but the playground was our plantation. And nobody ever told me that my melanin is cool, and it's okay to embrace my darker hue. But now being thick determines my value. Women putting creams in their hair turns them into calumet. And it's okay to have your hair laid because I live for a good slave, but don't be played by the true youth they try to enslave, emasculating our men as if they're only good for the Mandingo, forgetting their warrior kings and nations, Wakanda forever. Dreadlocks, people yelling scared snakes on the plain, but Medusa that praise. Nobody ever told me that my music and dancing is a spiritual connection to the mind, body, and soul, that we are more than just perkers and breakdancers. We are hip-hop, we are pop culture, we are urban culture, and everything we do is for the culture not to be watered down for you to digest. We are straight shots, no chasers, but all you seem to do is shoot and chasers, and even with our hands up, y'all still shoot. But now it's time to break free. Mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. It's time for Joshua's generation to arise and go possess the land that was once prophesied. Let love, unity, and knowledge be the recipe to feed the homeless lost souls. So please, let that be your main goal. My kings and queens be seated on the throne and the stage. Thank you. Now, let me get that out. The new piece that it's the new piece that I've just done recently. And it's just really a timeline kind of here of the transition from the beginning of where we started here in America as far as African American Africans being in America to where we are now. And you got to vibe with it as artists, energies, always accepted, snaps, and smiles. You want to jiggle the keychain, more than welcome, please, don't be shy. All right.
Don't be nice, sis.
Let me take you to my school, let me take you to my block. Classes in session, you just entered the school of hard knocks. She was 5'5", hips widespread, men eyeing her lips and staring at her legs. All bets are in, last bid is placed. Targeted because of her race, she's been misplaced from our culture. Men ready to devour her like vultures. So, rain through her soul, something like that Liberty Bell, but no freedom in sight. Knowing every night she had to put up a fight. Something that she had been through before, maybe around the age of 4. Soul. Was it a soul or body on sale? Was it jail? Because bail would never be included in this package deal. She was so cheap and fast, just like a Happy Meal. Now she marches on with her master's live, marching on to fight for our freedom to read and write, in spite of this nation's ban against all black life. And I guess we don't matter because they think it's just chit chatter as we let our voices rise. No justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. And people celebrate to the sounds of fireworks as we get shot by the police. And they push us to the curb and tell us to do not disturb. They try to water down the truth and hang us with the noose, killing our kings and queens, seats of our youth. And everybody has a purpose, but there was one with a dream. They tried to kill a pioneer, but end up birthing of a queen. And it's been a long way since we came from off that boat. And yet we had to watch on the sideline and see our big brother get choked. I mean, somebody yelled, help, call the police. Instead, we sit there in silence and then the cycle of defeat because we keep getting beat by the police. I mean, whatever happened to beatboxing and rhymes, people on the block just trying to have a good time now. Kids turning street hustles, trying to penny nickel and dime and needle in the arm. I can see the pain in our eyes. Now there's no role models to teach these young girls how to be a lady. There's no role models to teach these young men how to treat a lady. Now the woman becomes a trick, and she's looking for a king, but she keeps kissing toes. And now it's time to settle the matter. I'm on the block with these verbs carried on a silver platter. We're supposed to be standing tall because our roots run deep. But y'all rather stay asleep. And I'm on the block trying to educate the masses, while y'all just sit back and let this happen. Thank you. So, really, really seriously, y'all, December by KHO Youth. And if you have been a part of a nonprofit or you know the process about getting grants and funding for a nonprofit, it is not easy. So every show that we put on, we have a huge event coming out in April, and I hope that you guys will come out. It's called Blockfest. So basically it's where arts and culture meet the stage. We're going to be at the Axelrad, and it's going to be from April 25th through the 28th. It's going to be a 4-day experience, you guys. So if you guys want to come out, you know the artists that want to be on the stage, it's always clean mic, no profanity, no explicit language, but it's really just to promote positive culture, positive music for some people to listen to rather than the garbage that is on the radio. We want to inspire our youth to be great without having to lose themselves within society's standard, without having for them to conform to anything that is not in themselves. They want to be weird, quirky, awkward. I am all of those things, and I am still great. So we want to promote, you know, creativity, and from those events that we will put on, we will have some of those proceeds go out to our outreach initiative. So a program that we have started and will begin to be into different schools and facilities is called 1,000 New Writers. And 1,000 New Writers is basically us going to different elementaries, going into community, passing out notebooks and pens, and really encouraging kids that the pen is stronger than the gun. Whether we are cultivating new writers, cultivating new film directors, graphic designers, artists that paint, draw, whatever it is, that they can start at an early age. Understanding that in low-income families and underprivileged households, passions and purpose are not a priority for some parents. Most parents are thinking about if I can provide to put the lights on, if they can even eat, but really tapping to their gifts is just unseen. So when we go in the community and they remember us, that means a lot. It's more than just us being on TV to say, hey, we were able to pass out hundreds of things to people, but really making an impact. So if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to challenge yourself, I challenge you to really commit to something. If you're really interested and are serious about joining the lot, please talk to us. We will be more than welcome to, you know, talk and explain different things. So that is my time. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Black Beauty, BLAQUEBUEATI. I am a writer. I'm having some dope content coming out, some short films and different things like that. And yeah, so that's my
Everybody, to wrap us up, we got Mr. Charles Wright. He was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Go Dogs, you know. He's been in Houston for 6 years. He's a writer's block member for 5 years and a staff for 4. And he's been performing since about in the 5th grade.
Hello, Lone Star. How are y'all doing? This is actually a welcome back for me. Real quick, I'm gonna text.
Can y'all hear me good like this? Do I need the microphone?
No. Okay, no microphone.
So again, I am a product of Lone Star. I cannot express how glad and thankful I am to be back in front of Lone Star students. Being a Lone Star student literally changed the course of my life. Coming out of high school, I was not a good student, I'll say. Great person, I've always been involved in leadership and service. Those things were rooted in me from a child, but as far as academics, I was not strong there. And I could go in and tell a bunch of stories about that. However, coming to Lone Star really made a difference in my academic life. There are people in the room that were a part of my growth process here at Lone Star, so I want to thank y'all. I ain't everybody that I see that was a part of my growth. Thank you so much for contributing to that growth. And I'm still doing the things that I love then, now. This organization, like I said, I was a part of it while I was at Lone Star, and I actually would not have been introduced to that to this organization if it wasn't for Lone Star. A quick brief thing about the pieces that I'm going to do. So oftentimes you hear, you know, especially in Black History Month, things are pertaining to our history and kind of what we went through, and, you know, quoting historical figures, things like that. One thing that I want to do to piggyback on what Crystal said earlier, anybody can serve. One of my favorite quotes is by Dr. Martin Luther King. King. He said, your subjects and verbs don't have to agree to serve. You don't have to have a doctorate to serve. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room to serve. All you need is a heart full of love. So if you have that, you can go out right now and there's somebody that can be served by you. The piece that I'm going to do 2 pieces. The first one is kind of like what Soul did. It's an eye for you into kind of what it feels like to be a young black man in this country. One thing that I've learned is that until you step outside of your perspective and view, you will really not understand the world. So as long as you see things from your perspective and your perspective only, you'll never truly be able to relate to other people, and you'll also never truly be able to love someone else because you have to understand their perspective. So I hope y'all accept mine for what it is, and we're gonna go from there. This piece is called Rise Up.
Be nice, bro.
Oh, and it all falls down. I'm telling you all, it all falls down. I promise it all falls down. Believe that it all falls down. It's the direction I've been looking in. See, I feel like the file that no one feels like looking in. I get shooken when I think about the brother that got booked again. He started a fight at a Migos concert, but they got booked again. I'll replay the situation, I hope you took it in. You'll realize why I'm shaking when we look again. I'm looking down because they say that's where my people are. They treat each other worse than Mufasa and Eagle Scar. The problem was he couldn't treat his brother like a king. So what you telling me? The murdering is driven by jealousy? I'm sorry, I'm not buying if you're selling me. I don't see how I could gain from it like celery. I'm supposed to believe, I'm supposed to receive that jealousy is why my brother's catching felonies? Nah, they put my brothers on the streets because they know they couldn't catch a killer in a spelling bee. You be thinking kids lying when they say the system's failing me. Yo, they be telling me I'm afraid of it telling me. That's why fighting back is my on switch for leveraging. Yeah. They feel like they know the world has any sense of value. And they don't have the sense to pay for anyone to show them how to. Yeah. Well, if you're looking for clout, you might feel like I'm talking about you. Well, ask yourself this question. Are you looking down too? I can dig a little deeper if you're down to. In fact, let's keep digging until we reach the core. When you're free, you'll finally see that we can soar now. Be prepared to feel that your wings are sore. They haven't yet realized what freedom's for. Today, young people are knocking at freedom's door. The elders want it, but these young ones want it even more. We had a black president to make it seem like it's an even score, but what you think they gotta make it seem like it's even for? Because they got freedom locked behind a seeming door, or so they thought. Ladies and gentlemen, take off your chains. The good news has arrived. Freedom can't be contained. We're free from the endless cycles that kept us in pain. It took away our purity and left us with stains. It is known as oppression by name. But fortunately, it was destroyed by a lamb who was slain. Ironically, a murderer killed a murderer like Jason and Michael. One came to be killed because it ended a cycle. He wasn't even American, but he ended an idol. He rested a few days, left it an idol. He arose from his nap to take a victory lap, proclaiming his title. He went straight to his brother's house, you know, the ones from the Bible. He needed to show him the true meaning of survival. And in doing so, he created the first gangster disciple. So, if you gotta get a cutter that's double-edged so you don't have to vote for freedom like suffrage. The kingdom, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, so we take it by force. If you're a soldier and you see freedom, you better take it by choice. My God is the speaker of this house, so I take it by voice. If you haven't yet noticed, young people, you've been chosen. It's up to us now because everyone else is frozen. Turn all your clothes in.
It's time to put on your armor like Trojans. They tried to dumb us down, so it's time for us to wise up. If your courage is low, it's time for you to size up. Don't you realize, bro? These mamas got their cries up, and these people got their signs up, because the government and these principalities got their lies up. So we gonna use the spirit that ties us to straighten your spine up and lift your eyes up so that we can rise up. Thank you. So this is the last piece that I'm gonna do. I really appreciate the love. Again, this is a dream of mine. Even back then, I didn't really talk to a lot of people here, but I wanted Writer's Block to be here. Because of our purpose, because I know that this campus and school is really founded on freedom of speech and acceptance and allowing people to have their voice and let their voices be heard, shining light on dark places, because I know that that's what this campus stands for. That's what Writer's Block stands for. And so I'm honored to be here, and I hope that we continue to come back and even plant a seed on this campus to really allow students to have this space to perform and to express themselves creatively, but also to tackle big issues that a lot of times are bigger than ourselves. So this last piece is called Unity. It's spelled, well, I'm not going to get into that because that'll kind of give away the piece, but it's called Unity. It's for unity of overall, but I'm also speaking to my black and brown brothers and sisters as well. And so you'll hear that throughout the speech, but even whether you're black or brown or not, you can still relate, I believe. Round of applause. This is a celebration. I'm finally #1, so no more second placement. I surround myself with loved ones, so no more second facing. This made the devil drop his jaw. Now ask him where his face went. Call me Professor Producer, this is for edutainment. Class is now in session, hashtag enters the booth. I start by pointing out lies to center the truth. You've heard it said before, we shall overcome. Well, the statement is true. I've studied its application through and through, and what I've discovered is that the process starts with you. I'm not trying to be deep or metaphorical, but the phrase is allegorical. Like Egypt, we can be plagued by looking at fathers, brothers, sisters, mothers, and all others as the cover reason for our lack of familial cohesion. In other words, our historical duct tapes aren't in a row, yet we wonder why we can't stick together. If you take out the why doesn't this work for me, and the oppressive perspective of pride, you're left with you. So why can't we end the divide? Because we won't look inside. We've let past time become past times. This causes our hearts to ache until they flatline. The effect, it leaves us all cold. We verbally abuse each other and think that's called bold. We say that we don't know that we're wrong, I'm not sold. We'll say things like, yo, who you talking to? Because you're not talking to me. Because you couldn't possibly be me. Think about it. We can never go through the same things. You weren't treated like a peasant. We don't fight the same kings. But if I, like I before E, we can't seem to see that in this school of life we keep getting schooled by the same principles. Excuse me. We keep getting schooled by the same principalities as if we don't realize the things that aren't even our realities. Well, what's real, you ask? Well, we're really all connected. And not one is greater than the other if we're really all dissected. See, everyone chooses to deny their pride, but really I accept it. Because when I'm real with myself about my feelings, humility is what I'm left with. My battles made me a soldier, and now I'm left right. In general form, it's some things I need to set right. We don't die, we multiply. Well, we gonna die if we don't unify. But we need Y-O-U-N-I-T-Y. Now when this gets hard to see, just remember that you is really me. And then we shall overcome. The statement is true and you'll see why when you spell unity, Y-O-U-N-I-T-Y. So to conclude, we can't have unity without wide